Have you ever wondered how something really small can turn into something totally amazing? Well, Jesus told a secret story about exactly that. It's a parable about a tiny little seed that has this mysterious power hidden right inside. It's a pretty big question, right? How do we become kinder or stronger or more loving people? Jesus actually gave us a huge clue, and it all starts with a simple story about a farmer and a tiny seed. So you've got this farmer. He does his job, he plants the seed, then, he just goes about his life, sleeping, waking up, and then bam, the seed is sprouting and growing. But here's the thing, the farmer has no idea how it's happening. That's the mystery we're going to dig into today. What's the secret force that makes the seed grow all by itself?
Okay, so to really get this secret, let's start with what we can actually see. How does a real seed grow in a field? Well, as you can see here, it's not a one-person show, it's a partnership. This breaks it down perfectly. Check it out. On the left, you've got the farmer's part. He's doing all the stuff he can do, getting the soil ready, planting that seed, taking care of the fields. He does everything in his power. But then look over on the right at the secret part. The farmer can't make the sun shine, right? He can't make it rain. And the biggest one of all, he can't create that little spark of life that's already hidden inside the seed.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? The farmer's hard work is super important, but he can't create life. For that, he has to trust a power that's way bigger than him, the amazing power that put life into the seed in the first place and sends the sun and rain to wake it up. So a story about farming? What's that got to do with you? Well, everything. Jesus was using this story to explain something really important about us. You're like that seed. And your heart, that's the soil it's planted in. So let's look at that same partnership, but this time in our own lives. On one side, there's your part. These are the things you can choose to do, like learning good things, trying your best to be kind, or helping someone out. But just like the farmer, we can't do it alone. We need the secret part. God's help is like the sun and rain for our hearts. It takes our small tries and grows them into real kindness, real strength, and a heart that's just full of love. Now, it's really important to get this. This kind of growth isn't like flipping a light switch. It doesn't happen overnight. Just like a big oak tree doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. Becoming a kinder, more loving person is a step-by-step thing. If you sit and stare at a little baby plant, you won't actually see it getting bigger, will you? But you know it is. Growth is kind of like that. It's often quiet, and you can't always see it happening, but it's always going on. Every day, every small choice you make to be good is helping you grow, even if you don't feel it in the moment. Jesus actually described this in 3 clear stages. First, there's the blade. That's the small start, like saying one kind thing or sharing a toy. Then comes the stalk. This is when you're getting stronger, and being kind and helpful starts to become a habit. It's just what you do. And finally, you get the full grain. That's when you're full of goodness, ready to make a huge positive difference for other people. So this brings us to a huge question. What's all this growing for? I mean, why go through all the effort? Is it just for us? Well, the parable has a really beautiful answer to that. Just think about it for a second. An apple tree doesn't grow apples for itself to eat, right? A corn plant doesn't grow corn so it can have a snack. No way. It grows to give food to others. And this is probably the most important part of the whole story. The goal of all your growth isn't just for you. The Bible has this really cool name for all the good things that grow inside you with God's help. Things like kindness, patience, and love. They're called the fruit of the Spirit. You can think of them like this awesome harvest that comes from that partnership between you and God. And of course, what do you do with a harvest? It's always meant to be shared. So when you grow, you get to produce all these wonderful things that can help and pretty much feed the world around you. Your love can comfort a friend who's sad. Your joy can totally make someone's day. Your patience can help everyone calm down and solve a problem. Just like a farmer's grain feeds people who are hungry, your goodness can bring hope and help to everybody. So we end up right back where we started, with a single seed. You are the farmer of your own heart, and by working with God, you can grow this amazing, beautiful harvest of goodness. So the only question left is the one you see right here. What good seed will you plant today?